The last breath of a dying divinity installed in me from the ingenuity of ancients. I carry the brute strength of wild beasts and the battle-tested courage of chiefs. I am the last of a dying breed that refused to heed to the mind control of masses, who allow themselves to live a life spun out of proportion by a wheel of fortune. I will not submit my service to greatness inverse to my own. I am not a clone nor a drone to control. I will not bow before a peasant king simply because he has amassed a following. I cannot allow my antenna to tap into a ring that calls crowds to suffer in vain, feeding the thousands crumbs of truth whilst enjoying plenty of youth. Such a shameful sight, this heinous hypocrisy. I came to this world covered in blood screaming, and I don't mind leaving the same way. Call it a death wish. I'll be damned to live a life on my knees when I can die free. However, I could already be dead. All these letters of dread written as though I'm on my deathbed, they say, if a man confesses anything on his deathbed, it was truth. For no man could stare death in the face and lie. And yet, here I am, lying with truth, staring death in the face, eagerly awaiting entry into a whole new world. I'm so ready to up and leave this haunted house of horrors. If only you knew the rage I held in my heart. You'd admit my addictions to an asylum, put my outpouring in a straitjacket, then lock my loathe away and throw the key. How could it be that I'm the only one with an itch, irritating my ignorance, a need to read the fault lines across cultures, the meteoric rises and wayward falls? I'm a suppressed supernova, the rebirth of a universe trapped within these cell wars, shacked up with shooting stars, breaking the sound barrier, ripping my throat open from the inside out, tearing a new fabric into reality, spreading thin the strings woefully woven over our colliding worlds. I am greatness incarnate, as are you. Let us not be mediocre in our manifestations of this great gift, and apply service to said greatness. Cultivate an environment of enlightenment. Cast out the dark and dreary drapes that blind the mind's eye. Let in the light, and shine brightly on the process of improvement rather than moan on the promises unfulfilled. I call for a reset. The world at large is maligned with madness, surveyed by unscrupulous characters and peppered with profits for pain. We are the kind that lead the blind on a suicide mission. We brave the dark but fear the light, abhorring remission. We cower from confrontation with truth, silencing the premonition of paradise. Today we are mice lured in by the cheese on the other side of degrees, burning our beliefs with behavior that displeases our deity. Our aspirations turn to ash, emotions faded into smoldering rubble. We save our oppressors the trouble of breaking us. Heeding to their beck and call, we withdrew divinity which lay dormant in our souls for centuries. We traded internal treasures for external pressures. We formed a bond over trauma and paid interest for an inquisition into our identity. We submitted ourselves to miscreants and blamed those bastards for lack of vision. They came, they saw, they conquered. They drew strength from our bodies and sense from our minds. They inculcated a culture of subordination and instilled inferiority in the individual. Do you see now, my friend? They won in every which way possible. You're something akin to a pawn in their game, worshipping their gods, wearing their clothes, valuing their vices, and paying their price for prosperity, while your people suffer and die in poverty. Here's my mystery of faith.